All right. Okay, that was weird. Did you guys see the intro real quick?
I did.
My
I
intro
did.
didn't go through. You did?
Well,
Okay.
a little
Okay.
laggy,
Good.
but
Then my computer was just tripping.
What a start.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the VAR Check podcast, the podcast where football's biggest debates go under review. I can't believe it's episode 11. We have a lot to talk about. Things have gone pretty crazy in Madrid, as you're seeing in the title. Meanwhile, Barça stays hot, and we got Champions League coming up this week. We got the World Cup draw that already happened. So lots to talk about. As you guys are slowly rolling in, make sure you smash that like button. That way we can get as many people into the podcast, into the live stream today as possible. Make sure you start putting your comments down below. Like I said, we have a lot to talk about. And without further ado, we have the whole crew in here. And I'm ready to hear what y'all have to say. Amir, let's start with you, baby.
Good morning, baby. So Barcelona had the youngest lineup since for the past 95 years with an average age of 23 and 34. So we did great. And also, Ferran Torres has scored more goals this season than the entirety of past season. So great week. And then great landing by Madrid this weekend. Way to go, guys. Killed it. Way to keep the spot warm for the second place.
Let's see how this goes. Mitchell, what do you got? What have you got?
I have an absolute embarrassment at the Bernabeu. That is my headline of the week. I can't wait to get into this. I'm gonna need everyone's attention. I'm gonna need an isolation shot right here because I'm about to go in tonight. So everyone watching, everyone's gonna watch this back. Get ready because I ain't pulling back any punches, and we rolling today.
Ricardinho.
well, Barcelona won, Messi won the MLS Cup, and Real Madrid lost. Name a better week.
It's definitely a rough week for us, Madridistas. Right away, I am seeing two Barca fans in the comments. A Real Madrid fan coming in. So we got Barça Chico. Good morning from where I am. Let's go. Ready for the pod. Let's get it going, baby. Barça, Madrid, or whoever you're from, you're very welcome into the podcast. Madrid going out sad. Yep, that's about right. From an early 2000s Barça fan. Welcome in. I don't know if we've seen you before. Romeo para Chico.
All right. I feel like all three of them are new.
Real Madrid fan. No, he's fans been here before, for sure. Stand. Holy crap. I've been literally with Real Madrid since 2006, and this is the worst Real Madrid on the pitch, locker room. Potentially facts. So now that we brought up Real Madrid and Michel, I know you have a lot to say about this. It looked like things were, looking good for Real Madrid after they played against Bilbao in the midweek game. And then suddenly this weekend, everything came crashing down against Celta Vigo. Real Madrid ended up with a 2-0 loss, as you guys already know. 3 red cards were shown. I mean, Michel, is this the worst Madrid you've seen, like Real Madrid fans?
Listen, man, I got a lot of things to say, but give me 1 second. I will be right back, boys. Ricardinho, I want you to take this one away. I will be right back.
Oh gosh.
But to leave y'all waiting.
Someone is in the middle of someone's in the middle of having to pick up a package. Go. Okay, Ricky, let's hear from you. Is this the worst Madrid? What is going on?
Is this the worst Madrid? I mean it's tough to say because I generally think if we compare to how they started off in the beginning of the season with that crazy unbeaten run, I just think they're in a little bit of a downshift. I think the personalities are kind of getting in the way. Yeah, maybe the past 5 games, sure. Possibly the worst Madrid I've seen maybe ever. But I don't think that wraps up like their season for them. I think they still got everything to play for. Concerning, sure, but it's all right.
So the reports. Oh, Michel is back. So the reports that have come out today say that if Real Madrid if Real Madrid lose to Manchester City, especially if it's a bad L, that Xabi Alonso is essentially fired. That Florentino Perez and him met earlier today once again, and that is the diagnosis. Is it still too early? Is it fair? Amir, what do you think?
I think it's too early, dude. Like it's the same thing that I mean, it was expected to see him struggle a little bit with a team like Madrid that has so many stars and so many personalities. He's a young coach, and I think he deserves more time. I think it's too early for him to be sacked just because he's been in a bad section of the season. Like, I don't know. I feel like that just creates instability for teams, and then eventually you go down the path like Man United, that you're just like getting all these coaches, all these players, and nothing is working out because there's no system established. It's just like change, and then no stability, and then you bring another change. And it's like, okay, well, you're never gonna work out.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I don't think there's any other coach out there right now that Real Madrid could bring in that would turn the ship around in 180 degrees. I mean, I think Xabi Alonso is doing everything he can. There's a big problem potentially in the locker room. We don't know all the facts, but it's definitely a tough situation. I definitely want to hear from everyone. There's currently 17 people watching the episode. Make sure you let us know down in the comments if you think that Xabi Alonso should get sacked if Real Madrid doesn't beat Manchester City this week. Michel, I'm glad you're back because we've been waiting to hear your thoughts. You heard the stuff that we've been talking about Xabi Alonso. I want to just hear your general thoughts.
I think it would be an absolutely huge mistake to let Xabi Alonso go. Let me tell you something right now. What I saw on that field has something to do with the manager. The players are lazy, bro. I've never seen a team content with passing the ball side to side to side to side with absolutely zero intensity whatsoever. You can blame the ref. Was the ref on a little bit of an ego trip? Sure. But we also don't know what Carrera said to him, right? At the end of the day, you got to have the discipline. If you got a yellow card for arguing and he cusses at him, boom, that's it. Second yellow, you're out. Like, we don't know what he said, right? The Fran Garcia one, lapse of judgment. I think
that one is just his own fault.
Right. But again, I've also seen that tackle happen and not gotten a yellow, right? Maybe Madrid can't blame the refs. I don't want to see them.
Yeah, I think the ref could have said, hey, I just gave you a yellow card. Do that one more time and you're gone. Because the fact that the 2 yellow cards were 2 minutes after each other, I was like,
I think it was because it was the same player. I think if I'm not mistaken, and like Madrid is frustrated, right? The ref is in the middle of it all. He sees that the players are frustrated. You foul the same player in 30 seconds, like you got to be smart. But here's the problem with Madrid: there's absolutely zero creativity. There's zero urgency. They don't play well until they're down 1 or 2-0, till they're down a man. Like there's no drive. And that's the part that Xabi Alonso needs to figure out. He also has to figure out a formation because the problem is he's changing too much. And the problem is he doesn't have the players that he wants. I was talking to my dad earlier today. I was like, is it him? Is it the players? And it's like, he doesn't have the players that are executing what he wants to do. Because I think I've heard so much talk that the players are confused. They don't know what he wants. He's not speaking a language they don't understand. They know exactly what he wants to do. They just can't execute it. And that's his job to figure it out. But the players also need to step up. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. And one thing I've noticed that I think is important but people wouldn't even realize it. How many Spanish players were in the starting lineup yesterday? How many Spanish players are consistently playing for Madrid on a week-to-week basis. Like these players, Bellingham, Vinicius, like they dreamt of playing for Madrid, but they don't understand the feeling. Like there is nothing bigger than Real Madrid. And you can say Barça, but there's nothing. Tell me a single coach that is in second place that is getting absolutely thrashed. This only happens with Madrid, right? So there was a time where the Spanish national team was basically 50% Barça, 50% Madrid, right? Our captain was Spanish. I love Valverde, but our team, I think we have one Spanish player. That makes a difference. They're not playing for the badge. They're playing for ego. They're playing for the paycheck.
Yeah.
Like it's a different intensity, and that's what it's a lacking of. We have the players. And the last thing that's absolutely not his fault. You guys talk about how much you're missing Inigo Martinez, right? We're missing the entire back line. The entire back line is missing. And we're just gonna say, like, okay, like, what is he gonna do? Like, I think for our next game against Alaves, we only have Asensio and Rudiger available. Everybody else is either red carded or injured. It's like you gotta give them a chance, bro. Like, I think there are problems
once
within
again,
well, there's problems in the dressing room for sure, but my point is that we can't just sit here and blame Xabi Alonso because it's easier to get rid of a coach than it is to get rid of players. There's talk about bringing Klopp, Zidane. They're gonna deal with the same problems that we have now. Like, what is Zidane gonna do?
Zidane is not gonna come. Klopp is
No,
not gonna come.
but look at what Amir was saying. Look at why we don't have teams right now like the old school Man United with Sir Alex Ferguson, with Wenger, with all these coaches to establish a culture. And in 6 months, you want to get rid of a coach because he's not performing well. He's in second place in the league by 6 points or whatever it is. Like it's a lot can happen, right? But Madrid is the only team in the world that I know that they can be in second place and absolutely the world is crashing down. And it feels like that because the players aren't playing their ass off. If they're playing their ass off and we're just getting beat or we're hitting the post 10 times a game, whatever. It's just el fútbol, it happens. But there's zero creativity, and that's the problem. And the players are the most to blame right now, in my opinion. I can see what the chat says, but the players, in my opinion, are the ones to blame. And they need to take a big look in the mirror and understand that playing for Madrid is a lot more important than whatever shit that they're doing. Because the Barça players, they have pride. They came up through the ranking. They understand what it is to be a fucking Barça player. These Madrid players don't. And that's the problem.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
we'll see what happens.
I think we can all agree that it's the players here fault. Unfortunately, I don't know if it'll go down as that for Xabi Alonso.
Unfortunately, I agree, but it's fucked up.
I don't think I'm seeing a single person here in the chat that's saying that Xabi Alonso needs to come. I'm seeing a lot of people saying Zidane should be the one to come in. Personally, guys, Zidane's not going to come in. He's this close to signing for his dream. Zidane knows better than to walk into a locker room that's essentially blowing up right now. Why would Zidane want to manage these egotistical players? Literally, exactly. Except Mbappe and Bellingham. I don't even know if Bellingham falls into that category. But what I was going to say is, literally, I thought it was crazy that after Real Madrid got the first red card for Fran Garcia, they started playing so much better right away. It's like the players have been playing in a way that it's like, let's screw Xabi Alonso, whatever. But the moment they were like, oh, crap, like we're actually down, like let's actually try to win this game because we want to win this game, suddenly they remember how to play. And they were pressing, and Xabi Alonso called them out for that in the press conference. And I don't know if ultimately that's going to be worse for him because I feel like anything he says at this point goes against him.
I mean, if that's the case, then he might as well say how he feels. If everything he says is just going to get used against him, he might as well say the truth because that's what it comes down to. Like this guy's saying right here, no build-up play. I mean, there is no build-up play because teams have learned to just park the bus against Madrid because they're just going to pass the ball side to side and they're going to fuck up at some point because they're human and we'll see what happens. But the way that Barça has struggled with that in times, they have players to create moments of magic. You can't expect Mbappe to score 70 goals a year. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, like the problem is with the squad, not with the tactics. Alonso's not a bad coach. We already know that to be true. I don't think he has the players to do what he wants to do or the available players.
That's honestly where I think Real Madrid took the biggest L of this game. It's not losing out on 3 points. 3 points can be recovered from. Everybody knows that. It's still early on in the league. It's losing Militao. Militao came in like a beast, working up and down the field, being the man of the match for the past 2 games. The biggest loss Real Madrid took this game is having him out for, I don't know what the reports are saying, but it looks like it's
3
going to be a
months.
while. He was the player that we're used to Valverde being, running up and down, putting in a good shift, and now out for 3 months. Tricky.
But that's a massive problem. That's a massive problem. But look, Madrid has to look in the mirror and say, how much longer can we have players and continue to re-sign players who are injury prone? I love Militao. I think he's great. This is 3 injuries, massive injuries in a short amount of time. Like, you need to do what's good for business. You can't keep paying these players to ride the bench all year because they're hurt. And that's just the unfortunate truth.
I mean, look, ultimately for this one, I don't think I'd put Madrid at blame. I mean, I think they went and got Huijsen. They went and got Carreras. They went and got Trent. They went and bought the defenders that they needed. I wouldn't blame them for the planning. I think it's just an unfortunate situation that, yes, you have Alaba, who's essentially a cooked player. Huijsen unfortunately got injured. Rudiger is returning from injury. Thankfully, he's still okay, and hopefully he doesn't fall down and break a leg again.
Right.
And Asensio's been decent. But I think it's just an unfortunate situation that Real Madrid finds himself in, and now you combine it with all the red cards. Let's see what happens against Alaves with whatever defenders we have left. I don't know. It's gonna be tricky.
Madrid just has no identity right now, 0 identity whatsoever, and that's their big issue. If Barça plays and they lose, they win. They live or die by the way that they play. At least they have an identity.
Yeah, it's also so sad to see Militao get injured because I feel like he was the only one that was actually listening to Xabi Alonso. Like, he was the one that was following whatever he was told. Like, he was playing a great defensive game, and then he was also up there trying to score like corner kicks on corner kicks. So
yeah. So it's a shame. For me, Militao was my favorite player, but that one's from this season. Honestly, I thought he was playing really good, and now he's cooked. I think I saw this comment here that the squad is off. Never seen a team with no right wing and striker. I mean, Rodrigo out here is about to break the record for the most minutes played without having scored a goal. It's just unbelievable. Speaking of records,
but that's also that's a skewed stat. That's a skewed stat. We know that, bro. He's not playing.
Yes, I know, because
he gets 5 minutes at the end of the game, bro.
Yeah, I know, but still. At the end of the day, Rodrigo's still playing like trash.
I agree.
But yes,
that's like the Andrick is the least producing forward Madrid has ever had. Like,
that's a whole other issue. I just want to throw a big shout out because we reached and speaking of records, we reached the record for viewers ever in a podcast at 33. So thank you guys, all of you for tuning in, all the people that we currently have in. Massive shout out to all of you. If you could smash the like button to help out the podcast keep growing, we really appreciate you. Unless anyone else has anything in specific to say about Real Madrid, well, I guess I just want to throw out there. I don't want to talk about Madrid much longer, but I do want to hear what you guys' score predictions are against City. I don't think we need to talk about them a whole lot more. We know what their issue. We know what their situation. It is what it is. City is coming in pretty hot. They won this weekend 3-0. I think they've been overall trending up. Is there anyone here that thinks Real Madrid can win this game?
Of course they can win the game. They're still Real Madrid.
Okay.
Is it likely the way that they're playing? Am I going to put my money on them? No, but of course they can win it. You have Mbappe, you have Vinicius Jr., you have players that they have. They have the individual quality to take over a game. City is a goal-scoring machine, but they also don't defend very well either. So I think it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be, if Madrid wins, it's going to be like a 3-2, or if City's going to win like 2-0. Like, I don't really know. But Madrid, it's difficult right now for them. But of course, Madrid can always win a game.
I agree. It's Madrid, and ultimately you can never count them out. But I think we're arriving to one of the biggest games of the season in the worst possible form. With
I honestly think this is the perfect opportunity for Rodrigo to come back and break that record of having not scored. I definitely think Rodrigo will put the ball in the back of the net. I'm predicting a 3-0 loss for Real Madrid. Rodrigo own goal.
Pinche Ricardo. Pinche Ricardo. Let's see. Let's see what the comments are saying. 3-1 for Madrid. Barça
No,
Cico,
3-1
3-1
against Madrid.
Yeah, sorry, against Madrid is what I meant to say. I'm not sure if this one is saying for Madrid, but shoot, maybe. I'd love to see that. It's just looking very unfortunate.
What was the I have a comment. Haaland will take Asensio as a trophy piece home. That's hilarious. Whoever that is, that's funny.
And
listen, last time City came to play in the Bernabeu, they got spanked too with assist from Asensio to Mbappe, and then Rodrigo also put that nutmeg goal as well. So let's not forget that.
That's right. Let's see. Barça Cico saying play Arda and leave Jude out. I think Arda has also been very finicky lately, but Jude
It's time to
not
call up
much
Nico
better.
Paz. Time to call up Nico Paz. Give him a chance.
At this point, I don't know what else they need. But with that being said, I think we've beat Madrid down enough. We'll see what ends up happening with Xabi Alonso. We'll see if next time we're here talking next week, if we're talking about Arbeloa coaching Real Madrid as the interim coach. We'll see if Xabi Alonso is still here.
Wait, hold
It's
on.
all up in the
Ricky,
air.
wait, Ricky, I don't think Ricky ever answered the question. Maybe he did and maybe he didn't. Do you think Alonso should be fired, win or lose against, or let's say lose against City? Do you think he should be fired?
No. Look at what Barca just got out of, going from coach to coach to coach to coach, and yeah, you might do okay domestically, but you lack that identity and continuity for the big Europe games. They just need a ride or die on that bet. They place that bet, hold on to it. Hold on to Xabi Alonso. He's a club legend. Give him the respect that he's earned.
Facts.
I think we're all in pretty much agreement in this one. Let's move on to the other side of the coin because it seems to just be completely night and day in La Liga recently. Barcelona takes Betis to town. I mean, honestly, like when the game was starting, like as the players were walking in, the Betis fans, like the entrance they gave Betis was insane. I mean, I don't know. I was watching that and I was feeling hype. I was like, okay, Betis could do some damage. The fans are really there for them. And they started off good with a 1-0. And then, I mean, completely fell apart. Barça, I'm starting to see signs of proper tiki-taka in Barça when I watch them play. That first goal, the way they moved the ball around for Culé to finish off with that dagger pass to Ferran was pretty nice, and I think we're really seeing some beautiful like offensive display from Barca. Everything that I don't see in Real Madrid offensively, I'm seeing it in Barca offensively. Maybe the defense aspect of things is still a bit of a question mark. Ricky, do you think this is the best Barca of the season that we're seeing right now?
For sure. And I just think it's impressive because I had the thing I said last week was Barcelona's back because we have Rafinha, because we have Lewandowski, and because we have Lamine Yamal. That was my main reason why I was like, we're about to turn the season around. However, this game, we did not see Rafinha start. We did not see Lewa start. It was quote unquote that sub team, the second tier players that made the difference. So that just puts a smile on my face because it shows the amount of depth we have, the amount of depth that's required to go out and make it big, make it far, and potentially even win that Champions League. They're showing lots of characteristics of kind of like what we were talking about last week, peaking at the right moment. I think we're still on the rise, and we just got to ride it out. But it's looking good. It's looking solid.
Amir, from their performance, is there anything that you would say is negative that you would want improved? Can't all be sunshine and rainbows here.
I mean, defensively, as you said, they're a little shaky, but I think the shakiness began once we subbed out Gerard Martin, which is something I never thought I would ever say. I mean, whoever, like Gerard Martin's parents, I'm so grateful they named him after Maldini because boy, he like he did amazing against Anthony. Like, I thought it was such a great game. But I think the biggest difference between Barca and Madrid right now is what, like, Michel kind of like dabbed on a little bit, is the fact that Barca is playing like for identity from the youngest player, which is like Rooney, all the way to like Rafinha, Lewandowski, and everyone like that, like all the people that are leaders in the team. Like, they're playing for the badge. They're playing for like the club that they love, instead of just like being angry at Hansi Flick and at Juan Laporta and everyone else. But yeah, the only negative thing I would say, yeah, just defensively. But even then, like, I mean, the first 70 minutes, I thought we did great. Like, we were playing so offensively that it's like, okay, like, you gotta expect some like breakage here and there. So yeah. And I'm so happy to see Juan Garcia. Juan Garcia, I think he is a gift to have in the back. So
it just seems like all of the rotations that Hansi Flick is doing are working out. Every player seems to be just hitting the right form. There's no one that, I mean, in Madrid we have like Endrick, who's just riding the bench and not playing. But like Hansi Flick is just doing proper rotations. Ferran is feeling good. Lewandowski's come back in great form, scoring goals. Rafinha, same situation. Rashford has been having overall a genuinely good season. Lamine Yamal is starting to score a little bit more. Pedri is back. Overall, the whole team is in good form. Everyone is playing, and I think it's just genuine good vibes. Mitchell, do you agree?
Yes and no. I mean, I'm looking at the chat right now. Everyone's already giving Barca the trophy at the end of the year. Listen, Barca is a good team. They have great players the same way that Madrid has good players too, right? At the end of the day, they're getting the job done. Great for them. I still think it's kind of like putting a Band-Aid over the problem, the fact that they cannot defend. Like, amazing that they scored 5 goals against Betis. Fantastic. That you still let 3 goals in, right? Let's not forget that Chelsea absolutely demolished Barcelona. So you're playing teams at an elite level. Who cares? Like, Barca's not in this every year to win the league. They're trying to win Champions League, right? Just like every team. The league is amazing. You want to win the league for bragging rights. The goal is Champions League for all of us, right? You're going to get destroyed if you keep defending the way you do. And let's not forget, last week, they were talking about how much they were pissed off at Ferran, and now Ferran is like your goal scorer, like week to week. Like, I don't think you trust Ferran as much as you do. I think he had a great game, great players. Don't go to
That's
Barca.
what you want. That's what you want out of him in a game where you're rotating and when you're bringing in subs. That a sub that can just come in and score a hat trick is literally the definition of a super sub and what you want in a team. He might
Right,
he's not the best player.
so you're just gonna throw in Lewandowski cold against Chelsea or against PSG against Bayern, so just so we can get cooked.
No. I mean, I don't think Lewandowski would be cooked in one of those games.
I'm saying it's a good result for Barcelona, but everyone in the chat who's talking about this is the best Barca team since blah blah blah, and this is the same as last year. Let's not forget that you guys still cannot defend, and it's good against Betis, but the fact that Betis scores 3 on you guys is a problem. And when you're going up against the elite clubs in Europe, it's going to show. And I want all these Barca fans who love everything they're saying right now to come back when they're talking about how great Barca is playing right now. Again, it's a good result for them. We've already heard me trashing Madrid. I'm not saying Madrid is any better right now. They got their own problems, but I think Barca is trending in the right direction, but you still have a really big issue on your hand that is not being solved. And I think these results it's like a little curita, like it's a feel-good moment, but the problem is still there.
Yeah. I mean, I think I agree with the genuine diagnosis. So the biggest thing right now is Barca needs to find that kind of form in the Champions League. I think in La Liga, they found themselves in a really good position with consistency, but that consistency has not been seen in the Champions League. Ricky, do you think this game against Frankfurt is a must win? And also tell us a little bit more about this game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with our current form in Champions League, has not been great. Everyone knows that, it's not a secret. So I do think this game is a must win. We're depending on those 3 points. They put us a little bit higher in that in that final table. And we know Frankfurt's a tricky team. I can't remember exactly what year we played them, but they've knocked us out of European competitions in recent history. So it's definitely not a team to take lightly. We know those German teams are hardworking teams, very physical. But, I trust my boys.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
That's fair. Amir, give us a score prediction for this game.
I have a feeling it's going to be 4-2 Barca. I would like to see a clean sheet,
Keeping
but
the
I don't
goals
think it's going to
coming.
happen. But I'm going to say 4-2 or 3-2, but I'm leaning towards 4-2. But yeah, the past 2 times we've met against Eintracht Frankfurt. Oh my God, so many T's in this one word. We have lost both games. We lost one and we drew one. So, not the greatest record.
Who's playing at home
against Frankfurt? So, but yeah, I think we have a chance to win. But as Ricky said, like, we can't let the tempo like slow down and like start like lose our like pressing zone and all that. So,
who's at home?
It's in the Camp Nou.
So,
Okay.
Sorry,
so
I didn't hear you,
okay,
Mitchell.
Barca's back home.
No, you're fine.
So yeah, I mean it's a must win for Barca. Michel, what's your
sure.
score prediction for this one?
I think Barca get it done 3-1. I think they need a win. I think the players know they need a win. They're playing at home. They always play better when they play at home. Frankfurt is a good team. They're going to work hard, but I just don't think they're at the level that Barca is. I think it's going to be a good win for Barca. I still think they're going to get scored on, so that's why I think it's going to be a 3-1. Very, very confident win from Barca, but we'll see what happens later on.
Frankfurt, who already lost 5-1 to Atletico, 5-1 to Liverpool in this Champions League, and then 3-0 in their last game to Atalanta. So they've come out and just gotten scored on scored and scored. And if Barca continues playing like this, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. Currently sitting 28th on the table, so should be one that Barca wins. Let me check the comments here. We see, let's see, 4-1 Barca. Frankfurt suffering, 6-0 beaten down by Leipzig, 3-0 lost to Atalanta, plus a 1-1 draw with Wolfsburg. Yeah, I mean, they're not even coming in hot form. If we can't
only
beat
one goal
Frankfurt,
conceded while you're brave. That's funny. Pricey 9050 9050. That's funny. He been active today. There you go.
Other than smashing is embarrassing. So anyways, okay, I think we all agree that Barca needs to win this game. But let's hop into the juicy games of match day 6 in the Champions League. I mean, we're reaching the final 3 games. It's now every point means everything. Every win can change who you're going to be finishing playing in the next round. So everything really, really matters. And we're going to kind of combine our Champions League conversation with the power rankings. So starting off with Liverpool, who's coming up against Inter Milan, one of those games that in previous episodes we've highlighted that this is a crucial game to define our own power rankings. Liverpool coming off a 3-3 tie to Leeds when they were up by 2 goals with 10 minutes left. Michel, do you think Liverpool is going to win this game, or are they cooked against Inter?
Cooked. Liverpool is in such a bad state right now. They don't know how to secure victories. There's problems with Salah and the manager. Like there's internal drama, and you see that on the field. They look disconnected. I think they know that they're not playing well, which is even worse because their confidence takes a hit. I think Liverpool take the L. I don't exactly know the score because I haven't watched Inter Milan play enough to really understand how they play. But I mean, they're still Inter Milan, and I think Liverpool takes the L.
Ricky, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Michel on this one. I think Inter takes it for the same exact reasons. The biggest one being that blow in connection between Salah and Slot.
Yeah, that's pretty big. The fact that he's already not called up to the squad, the stuff he said this weekend after their game. We may have seen the end of Salah in Liverpool, which is honestly a really sad ending to such a good career. Out of that, Amir, do you agree with both of them? Is Liverpool cooked in this game?
Yeah. I don't know if I would say cooked, but
I think they're gonna lose.
They're being marinated, not cooked.
Yeah, it's just like it's just a slight broil.
A slight broil, right?
Yeah.
Over easy.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, it's unfortunate to see, as you said, for Salah, but yeah.
I mean, given that they're playing in San Siro, just adds another level of difficulty for them.
Yeah,
I think it'd be really tough to predict a win for Liverpool. But I'm gonna go with they're not losing the game. They're gonna tie. I'm gonna stay strong with what I've been saying. I think Liverpool, yes, they have a lot of crap going on. They're having a bad season, but ultimately good teams like Madrid, like Liverpool, they can be in bad moments, but they can show up for really big games. And I think they understand the level of the importance of this game for their season, for their Champions League. And I think they're going to show up and put out a good performance and walk away with a tie. That's my final verdict for this one. So aside from the City, Madrid, and the Liverpool, Inter Milan, there's really no other huge games this match day 6. But I do want to touch on the Marseille against Union Saint-Gilloise, which is a must win for. Sorry, I'm trying to bring this thing up again. There we go. Oh, okay. Maybe you guys can't see them, but it's a must win for Marseille, who are in 21st place after their win against Newcastle, find themselves in the spots to move on to the next round. Micha, they have to win this one, right?
I agree. I don't really have much to say because it's a game that they should win.
They should win.
They should win. They're still a good team, and I think they got to get it done. I mean, they got it done against Newcastle. It's a good step of forward, and it's good for the team morale. But again, what good does it do if you can't perform in the games that you should win, right? So I think they need to come out swinging. I think a good 2-0, 3-0 victory would be good for them.
Let's not forget they lost this weekend.
Yes, but they also lost to a team that's performing well. They didn't lose to an 18th place team. And Mbappe's brother actually scored against them.
Is he the one that scored? Okay,
I
didn't see that. Oh, okay, that's good, Ethan. Yeah, I mean, I want to see Marseille win this one because I want to see them be a little bit higher in the table, and I want to see them go. I know we like to dog on Marseille, but ultimately, I don't hate them. It's just it's fun in games here, The other game that I've highlighted, I think this one is just two teams that are evenly ranked. Newcastle comes up against Leverkusen, who Leverkusen is 17th in the table, Newcastle 11th. But Leverkusen is coming off that 2-0 victory to City. Ricky, who do you think takes that one?
I'm thinking Newcastle.
They need to win. It's a must win for them.
They're playing in Germany, by the way.
It's a must win for Newcastle.
Amir, who you got for that one?
Newcastle. I hope Newcastle, but I don't know. Dude, they've been. Yeah, I don't know. Man City's B team.
They've been inconsistent for sure. I think they've been the better team this season so far, but the fact that they're playing in Germany, I feel like could also be very tough stadium to play in. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a tie as well. Yeah, I'm seeing here a draw. Here's another. I predict a draw. I think it's a high probability, but Newcastle potentially, could edge them out. So we'll see. We'll see about that one. Arsenal's coming up against Club Brugge. I mean, we've seen Club Brugge give Barça some trouble. Arsenal did lose this weekend as well. A lot of main teams in our power rankings dropped points, lost, tied. But I don't know. Does anyone think that Arsenal is not going to win this game? I doubt it.
You never know.
You never know.
6-0 is crazy. Barça Zico 6-0 is crazy, but
that's a bit of a stretch.
I'm a little worried for Arsenal though. Not necessarily for this game, but in the Premier League.
Really?
Let me check the exact point difference between them and City.
Yo, we know Arsenal love to choke. They love to choke the league.
As much as I want to see Arsenal win the Premier League with their history, oof.
I think this year's different though.
Is it?
We won't know until the last 4 weeks of the league. No. Every year I've said the same thing. Arsenal is going to choke it. Arsenal's going to choke it, and they did. This year, I feel like there's a different aura. I feel like they're peaking. If they don't win it this year, shoot, they're never going to win the Premier League at this point. I think this weekend was a bit of a
fluke.
Unlucky.
Well, they also lost to Villa. Aren't Villa in the top 4?
They lost to West Ham, I think.
Oh, West Ham. Sorry, I thought they were playing Villa.
It was West Ham, so they should have definitely won the game. I didn't watch this game, so I can't. I just saw the highlights for when they conceded the goal in the last minute of the game. And have y'all seen Raya on that right after he gets scored? If you haven't, you should go check that one out.
It hurts.
It literally a complete meme move. It was hilarious.
Frog.
Oh, so they lost to Aston Villa. I thought it was West Ham.
No, I was gonna say Aston Villa is in the top 4, I think. So they lost to a decent team that's playing well.
You're right. It was Villa. It was Villa. Yeah.
Thank you for the fact check. Who was that? Kylian Mendy,
JCJ.
Yo, appreciate the fact check, my brother.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Another team. Messi. Chelsea's coming up against Atalanta. Where's Atalanta in the table right now? 10th. I mean, Atalanta's actually having a pretty decent Champions League. Yeah. They have the same amount of points as Chelsea, but who's playing at home? Chelsea's playing at home in the Stamford Bridge. I mean, I think on paper Chelsea wins it. Does anyone see an upset here?
I see an upset. I think Atalanta might actually beat Chelsea.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
I think Chelsea wins it, but if there is going to be an upset this week, I would say that would be true. I would say of all the upsets that could happen, that could be the one.
Okay. Atalanta's at home. Okay, I think I'm just getting fact checked today.
You're just getting cooked over here,
bro. Are you just talking from emotionally right now? You're usually on it.
No, I usually try to put who's at home. And I put Chelsea as being home, but
bro, Madrid is still living in his head rent free. He can't focus this week. I understand. I'm right there with you.
Okay, and then the final game is PSV Atletico. I mean, Atletico should be winning this game, I think, but they are playing in Netherlands. That one I know for a damn fact. I will not be wrong on that one. But PSV is coming from beating Liverpool 2-0. So at the same time, could be a tricky one. We'll see. Power ranking wise, though.
Yeah. Time to move some cards around.
Time to move things up. Ricky, I'm gonna give you the first change.
I'm gonna have to boost Man City up, without a doubt. Definitely above Real Madrid. Could even make the argument above Barça.
I agree with you. I think just above Madrid for right now. But if they beat Madrid, especially by a lot, then at that point I think we can start saying, okay, maybe they can also beat Barça by a lot. But it's clear that City are in form Real Madrid and probably just having a better season with everything that's happening for Madrid. So I'll update that right there. Let me go back to this setting here. Amir, any changes that you'd make?
Let me see. I don't like Chelsea in 4th place, to be honest with you, but I can't justify pushing Barca nor Man City up. So no, but maybe after this week. Fine. Yeah. I don't want to change anything.
Okay, let's see. Kylian here saying Madrid definitely go down. You got a couple more? Okay, give me a sec. Madrid definitely go down. I think Barca a few steps above.
Calm down.
I agree with Amir. I don't know if I can justify Barca going above Chelsea or PSG right now, given that they lost to literally both of them. And I think Arsenal and Bayern are still having insane seasons, so I can't justify that. Mitchell, would you make any other changes?
Honestly, right now, I think the way we have it correct. I mean, I think the Madrid City game is going to justify who takes the hit there, right? I think Liverpool is dangerously close to getting knocked out of the top 10. I'm just going to leave that one there because
they are. I think if they lose Milan, now we can start to have the conversation. We've talked about it. Marseille has to go and beat Liverpool for Marseille to get pushed in here. But if we are not considering Marseille, I want everyone to give a potential 10th team that could come in.
I'm saying Dortmund. I'm saying it. Push them now. Push them now. Liverpool has been horrendous. Put a Liverpool Dortmund, and we all know who's winning that.
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I can agree. I can agree and justify
to do a little bit of gambling. If Dortmund and Liverpool played right now, who would you put money on?
Dortmund, of course. I think at the end of the day,
if they're playing Liverpool, I put it for Liverpool.
Nah, bro.
Really?
I still. I think
you're
Dortmund
saying
is
that
a
with
good
you're
team,
saying that for your heart, bro. You don't actually think Milan too. I don't know, bro. We can't give Liverpool that much respect right now.
I was going to throw out Napoli personally. Napoli's a team that Mitchell even highlighted.
Marseille and Napoli, those are my two always. But Napoli,
we have Price here saying bite the bullet, Liverpool out of top 10, Villa in. That'd be interesting.
Well, let's stick with teams that are at least in Champions League.
Valid.
Let's see. If we look at the actual table, we have Dortmund. That's not in here. Sporting is playing Bayern this week, which could be a good game. Aside from that, Atalanta, I don't know. Galatasaray, no. It's tricky.
I think the last, and this is weird for me to say it. I think out of respect, we give Liverpool the top 10 or the 10th spot for one more week to see. But I think if they cop an L, we got to take them out. There's no justification to leave in the top 10. They're not a top 10 team.
Let me give one more shout. Atletico and Inter Milan swap.
Atletico and Inter Milan swap.
I agree. Atletico took another L to Bilbao.
Podcast against Barcelona and against Atletico
Bilbao. Yep.
Bilbao.
Okay, and Milan and Inter beat Como 4-0, and Como's been kind of hot this year. So that's a significant win. I think enough to justify that move. I do like that. Inter Milan, Atletico. Shoot, I almost even want to throw out. I want to actually throw out Inter Milan can go above Real Madrid. I'm not gonna do it just yet. I think if Inter Milan beats Liverpool, Madrid loses to City by a good amount, I think that's enough to justify Inter should go above Madrid.
I hope Inter loses.
Mm-hmm. I think we should be careful too, because if we're talking the way we should be going, Inter Milan should beat Liverpool, right? It doesn't justify that they have to jump up and up and up and up. If we're beating teams that they should beat, right?
Yeah, but remember, we also said Madrid should beat Liverpool, and you saw what happened. So
I understand.
Yeah, so
I mean,
and like I said, think it's that combined with City destroying Madrid. I think if Madrid loses maybe like 1-0 to City, okay, but if Madrid goes out there with a 3-0 loss.
See, but then what happens if Madrid beats? What happens if Madrid beats City and then City wins the next week and then Madrid lose the week in the same week to another in La Liga? Are we just going to keep flip flopping Man City Madrid?
We take the head-to-head considerations big time into consideration. I mean, we've taken the head-to-head from Barça Chelsea. We've taken the head-to-head from Barça PSG. The head-to-head from Madrid Liverpool. Even though obviously for Liverpool there's a lot of other question marks. That head-to-head is huge.
It also depends how they win. If City dominates 99% of the game, but Mbappe gets a counterattack and scores it against a run of form, versus if, like, for example, when Chelsea absolutely destroyed Barcelona, nobody's questioning Barcelona about Chelsea right now, just because of how dramatic that victory was against us.
Yeah, how poor Barca played.
The head-to-head, just like the scoreboard and also the performance within the game.
Here, Kylian Mendy makes a good point here that we didn't take the head-to-head for Atletico versus Inter. So I did think about it, but the thing is, their head-to-head was so even. Yes, Atletico ended up scoring that last-minute goal to edge them past them. They were at home, but the thing is, like, Atletico is coming from 2 L's to Bilbao, to Barça, and Inter is staying in pretty good form. I think it wouldn't be crazy to say Atletico could still be ahead of Inter Milan, but I think it's very similar there. It's a tricky one.
Also,
I think if Inter were to play Atletico at home, Inter could beat Atletico.
We'll see.
We'll see. But so far, I think right now I'm honestly pretty happy with where we're at. And I say, like we usually say, let's reconvene next week and see how some of those results came out, and we go from there. Let's go to the final segment. Because we finally. Oh no! Hold on. Okay, hold on. I need to find a new picture.
Wait, Ricky, are you also wearing the Mexico jersey? Hey!
Everyone here is feeling hot with the Mexico
whip out your
jerseys.
Mexico jersey.
Sorry, it's just a black shirt.
Boo. Hold on.
Should we talk a little World Cup?
Yeah, it's time to talk a little World Cup. Sorry, the picture that I had saved for. Oh, come on! They're all coming out in bad quality. Hold on. Give me a second.
What do you want? I can't pull it up, Rox. What do you need?
No, it's all good. Appreciate it though. It's almost here.
Carlos Vela is my goat.
There we go.
Dead. He's a great player.
we love Carlos Vela.
Let's see this one.
Oh,
it seems to be that all the pictures that I'm trying to pull up are not coming out, which is a shame. So let's just get the conversation for the groups going. Okay, come on. I just want to find a good one here. Why is it that all the pictures I'm saving are all bad format?
Well, let's talk about it. While you figure that out, let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about specifically?
Okay, here we go. So what I wanted to do was go group by group, and yeah, all the files are failing for some reason. I wanted to go group by group, and let's see. Let's see. Here we go. World Cup 2026 group draw. Group by group, and just discuss who we think should be the two that are going through. Those are general thoughts. So Group A, we got Mexico, South Africa, Korea Republic, and then the winner of one of the playoffs, which could be either Denmark or Turkey. I think could be the strongest ones. Who are the two that we expect should be going from that group?
Depends on who gets in.
Definitely. Oh,
Denmark. I don't want to see Denmark.
I think South Korea right now are coming in incredible form. They beat Mexico already in a friendly not too long ago. I got to back my boys up. I'm saying Mexico is through as number 2. Korea is number 1, winners of the group. South Africa is number 4, and then Denmark, Turkey, they could land that number 3. But it's a tough group. It's definitely not an easy group per se.
There we go.
However, there definitely are tougher groups.
It's a tougher group than people are going to give credit for, especially if Denmark gets in there.
I think too many people are saying that Mexico got an easy draw.
I don't think anyone's saying Mexico got an easy draw.
I don't think
so. I
heard a lot of people. I heard so many YouTube channels saying that Mexico got such an easy draw. I normally don't comment too much. I had to go in there and drop a comment and say these guys don't know what the hell they're talking about, because they were saying Mexico is going to get first place without a doubt, 100%. And I'm out here like,
no.
I don't know about all that.
No.
I mean, they got to take control in the first game.
Confident. If I felt that confident, oof.
They got to take control in their first game. It's not first game against.
The opener against South Africa is key. A must-win game, preferably by at least 2 goals, and that'll get, because Mexico's that exact type of team, similar. And you're gonna hate me for saying this, like Atletico Madrid. They ride the hype. If you can get their fans excited, and you can get the team working hard, careful. They'll beat a Brazil. They'll beat a top nation. But the moment that there's no hope,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also confused, and maybe someone in the chat, Kylian and Mendy, you seem to be pretty active this episode. Who deciphers? Because I know there's some groups where 3 teams go through. So how does that work? Where in some only 2 go or 3 go, or I don't really know.
The top 8 third place teams go through. So there is room for them to go through. But I think if you go as one of those top third place teams, like you're gonna come up against one of the best teams, you're more than likely getting cooked up there.
We should really be talking. I mean, I think it's a good. Thank you.
Thank you, Pricey.
I think it's going to be an interesting one. The group I'm really interested to see is Francia, Senegal, Noruega. That's going to be a
let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hold on, we're getting there. I know we spent a little more time on Group A because we're all wearing the Mexico, but let's go to Group B.
Not all of us.
That one's a little more straightforward. Yeah, not all of us, but 3 out of the 4 are Mexican fans. So now Group B, is this pretty straightforward? Switzerland. We would need to check right now to double check who's in the playoff A. But anyone thinks Qatar is going to go through on this one? Probably not.
Hell no.
So let's move on to Group D. This one's pretty interesting. Brazil, Morocco, I think, are the favorites. Scotland could upset, maybe. Anyone saying that?
I can see them.
Don't underestimate Scotland, but definitely Brazil and Morocco, hands down.
I think Morocco topped the group.
I'm not against that. I'm not against that.
It's not crazy to say, and I actually think the same thing.
I think that might be ambitious.
Wait, is it?
It is.
I don't know.
It's definitely ambitious. But
also, we have to keep in mind Hakimi's health going into the World Cup. Let's not forget that too. So we gotta see.
Big factor. Big factor.
I don't think this is the same Moroccan team as the last World Cup. I think we're thinking about.
Well, it certainly ain't the same Brazil team either.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they still have a lot of superstars, dude. And they have.
I mean, now that we opened up that can of worms, does Vini start?
Yeah, he'll start. He's Ancelotti's. He's Ancelotti's guy, bro. Vini's gonna start.
Yeah, Vini's gonna start. Ancelotti sucks for
the CAM role for Brazil.
There's no way that Vini doesn't start for Ancelotti. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think Vini will start. I think Vini will start. I think Brazil should top the group, but I think Morocco has enough armor to potentially knock down Brazil, and I honestly would love to see it. We'll see. Let's move to Group D: USA, Paraguay, Australia, and the winner of Playoff C. Now, some people, Barça, Zico, you've been helping us out with who's in the playoffs. That I'm obviously not remembering right now with all the different teams that there are.
It's Turkey, Slovakia, Kosovo, and Romania. There you go.
Okay, so out of those, so Turkey was actually in this one. I think Turkey should be the one making it. Yeah, Turkey should be the one making it.
And again, Turkey's a tricky team. Turkey's not easy.
That's a super tricky one.
There's nothing I want more than the U.S. to get knocked out in their own World Cup, especially out of the
I
group
agree. I would
stage.
love to see it.
There's nothing that would make me happier. And for sure, I really don't want them to top their group. But if they could not make it, that would be even better. So I'm hoping for
I
Paraguay to
think
beat them,
Turkey. I think Turkey
Turkey
tops
to
the
beat
group.
them, and Australia to tie them 1-1. That'd be great.
I think Turkey tops the group. USA is going to be the second team that goes through.
Don't count on
And
Paraguay, bro.
Paraguay-
Don't count on Paraguay. They're
Paraguay,
scrappy.
they're good, but they're not that good.
I don't know.
Oh, but all it's
Paraguay-
the World Cup, bro. It's the World Cup. Saudi Arabia beat
No,
Argentina.
I agree.
Anything can
I
happen.
agree.
It's the
And
World
I'm
Cup.
gonna give USA the number one position of their group. As much as I don't want that to be, I think they'll top it.
I actually think Australia is going to finish fourth. I don't know if anyone thinks that they're going to finish anywhere ahead of that.
But gotta love the
But
Aussies, but
Let's move on from this group. It's an easy.
okay, so group E, I think there's two clear favorites: Germany and Ecuador. Anyone else got anything to say about that one?
I think
just-
Ivory Coast.
Let's
can
not
be
count
Ivory
on
Ecuador's
that
Coast.
either.
good, but they're not going to beat Ecuador. or Germany.
Ecuador's in insane form right now.
Yeah,
No, I know.
Ecuador's amazing right now. So I don't know personally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Germany can drop the ball. Dude. I don't know.
Yeah, but Ecuador. I mean, Ivory Coast. I don't know.
There's
I don't know
always,
if I see
but
them
again,
beating
we got to be careful in just picking favorites. There's always that one team that shocks it.
Right,
Always.
right,
Sure,
right.
sure.
But right now we're choosing. Yeah, I want us to say potential team that could upset 100%. So I do appreciate the Ivory Coast, but also Germany. Come on now, Germany. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, and if you guys can help me out with the playoff B, the winners for who's in the playoff?
Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania.
Ukraine,
Interesting.
Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania. Poland is my shout
That's
for
a
that
tricky
one.
group.
Maybe Sweden. Sweden.
Dude, wouldn't
I'm
it be
thinking
awesome
Poland.
if Japan topped?
I'm thinking
Wouldn't it be sweet if
Poland.
Japan topped the group?
Sweden with
yeah.
Gyökeres, with Isak up top, I think can beat Lewandowski. Poland with Lewandowski.
Well, we'll see who gets in first. Let's
We'll
talk
see
about
who
the
gets
teams
in.
who are in.
I think
I think
Japan wins the group.
I was gonna say I think it'd be awesome if Japan tops the group. They're a good team. Let's not forget that they beat Brazil 2-0 down.
I love the
Hey,
Netherlands.
also let's not forget that what was it? U17 Japan and U17 Mexico were out there celebrating each other in the hotel.
Yeah.
So the Japanese.
I think
they're
this is why
definitely invited to
Mexico's
a
just
captain
backing
final.
Japan hard.
And I think for that reason, Japan goes to number one for sure. For sure. I'm
Yeah.
Team Japan
Hey,
right now.
that's-
I'm gonna go
don't
against
put
you
up
guys
with that one, bro.
and give it
Yeah,
to
you tell
the
us, Zico.
Netherlands. So
I mean, Netherlands is
Just for
ultimately
Frankie,
the
just 'cause they're
favorite,
young.
being higher
because of
ranked.
Frankie and
But
because of how they play. So I like the way
yeah.
they play.
They're definitely the favorite.
see.
I'm just thinking Japan and Netherlands. I think go through either way. I just think it'd be cool to see Japan top the group.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
remember
I
last
think if
year,
Sweden gets in, Sweden can put up a fight.
Spain and Germany. They
It's true.
topped Spain and Germany.
Keep going.
That is
I don't
true.
know.
Let's talk Group G. Group G, Amir, a special group for you.
I think-
who are the two that go through?
Belgium
two.
and Egypt. I think it's gonna be literally how it's set up right now. It's gonna be Belgium first, Egypt, Iran, and then New Zealand.
I can see that. I think New Zealand will beat Iran.
I don't know.
I think Iran can upset Egypt.
I was thinking
I
the
think they
same
should
thing too. I was thinking the
Like,
same thing too.
Salah is Salah, but Salah's having such an off season that it might affect them. I think you're right. Belgium and Egypt are the two higher ranked, maybe who should be going through. But I think Egypt could get upset over here. So,
Mhm.
Maybe.
and the other group. Okay, so let's move on to Group H. Spain, Uruguay. Does anyone see maybe Saudi Arabia potentially upsetting one of the two? But Spain,
No.
Uruguay, gotta be.
Yeah.
I don't
gotta
think we
be
need to
done.
spend time on this group. We
And I
both know
actually
who's going
think
through.
I think Spain Uruguay game's gonna be really good.
Move on.
Spain obviously less physical than the Warriors of Uruguay, and I think that could complicate it for Spain. I still think they'll top the group.
Yeah. Okay, Michel, take away your group. France, Senegal, Norway, and either Bolivia, Iraq, or Suriname. I'm throwing Bolivia as my pick. Take it away.
Yeah.
I think France is going to top the group just because of who they are. But I'm telling you, Senegal is going to go through. And that France-Senegal game is going to be one of the best games of the tournament, bro. There's history behind those two nations to start. Senegal beat France in 2002, I believe. And Thierry Henry said it best. You never know. When these two teams meet, magic happens. I think this is going to be one of those games where you don't know what happens. It could be one of those. It could kind of be like the Saudi Arabia-Argentina game where there's the upset and then France takes the L and then destroys everybody else. But I think Senegal has a chance, and they're going to be my dark horse of the whole tournament. Them and Japan. Those are my two like side teams that I'm rooting for, besides obviously Mexico and Spain. But I think Senegal is going to give France a huge fight. Norway, they got Haaland, but one player is not going to win you a World Cup, nor the group, as we've seen before.
Hey, what about Odegaard? Odegaard?
He's playing, bro. He's barely playing with Arsenal right now. I don't think he's going to go and playing with form. I think Ricky was saying that he's going to use that as motivation. I understand. I don't think Norway is going to. Maybe they'll be the third place team that gets out, right? Maybe. I don't know, but I think Senegal is gonna be a really good game against France. France top the group.
Hey, I can definitely see a French player scoring and hitting the celebration of respect for playing against their old club.
Yep.
Amir, who are the two?
I'm gonna give it to Norway. Actually, I'm gonna say France and Norway.
Yeah, I'm more Norway's team, even though I do agree Senegal is going to be a tricky team. I think they could tie, but I'm going to give Norway the shout because I think Norway ends up playing against Bolivia and potentially scores a lot more goals against them than Senegal could. I think Senegal is going to be more of a defensive team. Norway's going to have more offensive power, so they could end up tying in points, but going through because of goal scored.
We'll see. Also, how they play is like very interesting. Like, I mean, obviously it all revolves around Holland, but like it's not a poor team. I wouldn't say Norway is like a team that Senegal is just gonna walk all over. So
no, I'm just saying I think it'll be interesting.
France is almost a very similar Madrid type team. I know Madrid has a lot of French players, but I think just overall they're a team that, like he's saying, rely a lot of individual brilliance, not necessarily tactics. Similar to this Madrid team that we're seeing right now.
Maybe they do, but they won a World Cup and made it to the final in the next one. So you got to give them the respect.
I think France can take it all the way to the final. And in another episode, we're going to do our actual power rankings for the World Cup. But today I wanted to focus a little more on just reacting to the groups. Let's move on to Group J. I think we know who's going to win this one, but who could be the second?
What a trash group.
Yeah, of course. Dude, I feel Messi always gets such easy groups. I mean, it is what it is. They're going to win regardless, but somehow I've never seen him in a group of death where, like, he's
Hey, they almost didn't make it out of last World Cup.
That's their own fault.
I haven't.
They played the best team in the world.
Wait, where's Italy? I can't.
They're not in yet.
Well,
they need to.
Italy's not in yet. But Italy,
but like we didn't even mention them.
I know they could be in Group B. So if we go back to that one, I think Italy could beat Switzerland and go into second. I think Canada could win the group.
Canada's good players, but they haven't been playing very well lately.
We'll see.
Let's move on.
We'll see. Group K, we didn't even say who's going to be second in J, but honestly,
who cares?
It really matters. Group K. It's no disrespect to any of those nations, by the way. Sorry. Group K, Portugal. Let's see. I think they already sent.
It's the Democratic Republic of Congo, Jamaica, and New Caledonia. I don't know New Caledonia. I don't know where that is, but
I think Jamaica. I think Jamaica makes it into that one. That's my shout.
I think for me it's Congo.
Who are the other teams in the group? Portugal and who?
Colombia and Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be Portugal, Colombia.
Yeah, Portugal, Colombia. Yeah. I think Portugal should be still winning the group, but Colombia is a be careful team.
Mm-hmm.
Group
Last
L, the final group, a pretty good one too. I think
That's a good-
potential for an upset here.
That's a hard group, dude. That's not an
It is a
easy
tough
group.
group. I think Croatia is not at the level they were before, with Modric aging a little bit, a lot of the teams aging. So I think Ghana has room to potentially upset Croatia. Panama is also not easy. What do y'all think?
Panama some dogs, bro. You see them play in the Mexico games, they're dogs. They're going to be one of those games where they take England to like the 80th minute, and we'll see England either comes out with a dub, or I think like they might squeeze it in. I think of all the groups, England has the most pressure on them because of they always seem to choke, and this is not an easy group, and they know that. Each game that they play is not going to be like, all right, we can kind of take the foot off the gas. The game against Croatia is not going to be easy. It's still Croatia. The game against Ghana, whether they're not there, the Ghana of before, still not going to be an easy game. The game against Panama, not going to be an easy game. Those are three tough games that they're going to be playing against some dogs, and don't get England should top the group, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the Cinderella story that they don't top their group and they get in second. So we'll see. I think England, as much as people love them, I don't think they're as good as people think they are.
I mean, they're coming from winning every single game in the qualifier and not getting scored on once.
But who are they playing?
We'll talk more about them. But yeah, I know they're not playing the best teams, but still.
I can't wait till this is just a World Cup edition. During the summer, it's gonna be World Cup. I can't wait.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
World Cup talk. Let's see. Pricey, England first by a mile, close between Croatia and Ghana. I agree with you.
But that's
England,
why I think
Croatia.
England is gonna walk through this, and everyone thinks that they're gonna just demolish everybody. I'm telling you, there's gonna be more pressure on England than ever before.
Especially the more World Cups that go by and Euros, and they still haven't won anything. They've gotten close. I agree. There's going to be a lot of pressure on England for sure. But we'll see. Croatia are unpredictable. They keep the gap really well, even now Modric would still play and have impact watch. I mean, yeah, Croatia is always going to be a fight team. We never choke.
Barça Zico.
Finals. Thank you very much. Pricey, are you English? I do think that's what we've seen, and I agree with you. I think England's not going to choke the group, but they are high risk in
Barça Zico.
Top dark horse picks: Morocco, Japan, Senegal, Uzbekistan. That one's interesting.
I would agree. Uzbekistan is a unique shout. If they end up going far, we'll definitely give you that shout out for sure.
Somebody clip this, as Michelle says. Clip this shit.
Clip Uzbekistan. I mean, from Uzbekistan, I just know the city center back. I personally am not remembering anyone else from their team right now that.
I don't know anybody.
Is Morocco really a dark horse though?
I don't think Japan is a dark horse either. Like, with all due respect, like
I think they can be considered both of those dark horse against like the top tier teams. Those top.
Morocco made it to the semifinal.
Valid.
I mean, I do think Morocco earned themselves respect to maybe not be considered dark horses. They're still not the favorites, but
no, not at all. They're not a favorite, but neither is not England. Like some of these big. I mean, I wouldn't even say England is a favorite, right? I wouldn't say they're in the top 3 favorites, but like a Germany, for example, like we're gonna give them the respect. I don't think Germany is a favorite to win the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Germany's the favorite. I would put England a little bit higher in that favorite list.
I think England is in 4th. I think it's Spain, France, Argentina, England.
Yeah, I agree. We'll figure out the specific numbers. But anyways, we've gone through every group. We're all very excited for the World Cup. It's going to be a wonderful time. I mean, the closer we start getting, the more excited I get. And I can't wait for these games to get going. Michel, we actually have an announcement. Ricky and I.
Do we land a brand deal?
We're going to be in that opener game, bro.
What?
Yes, we pulled the trigger. We said, screw it. Let's go for it. If you want to join, we're happy to have you, man.
Let me know how much the tickets cost, and if I have to, sell some body parts to get there.
You might have to sell a body part.
I no longer have 2 kidneys, just one.
Yeah, I was gonna say everyone knows that here. I mean, if not, chat, welcome. I do live in New York. I was looking at tickets, just like not because I'm actually gonna go, but I just looked at ticket prices for the final. Dude, and Rodrigo, you and I were at MetLife. The literal last row at the very top, they're going for like $20,000.
Oh my
Absolutely
God.
insane. For the final, the last row of MetLife, they're going for $20,000.
That's insane.
Hey, we
So
should
we'll,
have bought those 50K VIP.
no, I know.
Yeah, suddenly it was 15K for the VIP. Yeah, and I was like, that's crazy. And suddenly it's not so crazy anymore. I don't know. No, it's still crazy.
A lot of time left, though.
Anyways, we had a fantastic time with you guys. I think there was a lot of audience interaction. We hit our record for viewers in this stream. So episode 11, shout out. It's a special one. Thank you for everyone that participated. Barça Cico, I'm going to give you the shout out of the stream as the most active one. So thank you for your participation. Guys, do you guys have any final comments before we close it off?
Close second for pricing 9050. He was also giving us all the groups, so
Yes.
thank you for doing that.
Yeah, love the fan interaction. See you guys next week. Love to have you guys. Keep on commenting
and keep on pressing
All right,
that like
guys.
button.
Yes,
Thanks.
yes. Before we sign off, don't forget to hit the like button. We had a fantastic time. An hour and 16. I think that's record for one of our episodes. And with that being said, we are out. Peace out. Have a good week.
Ciao, ciao.